Can you tell the difference between these music stands? Well, you've probably figured it out by now, but today I'm going to be talking about this music stand by KraftGeek, the KraftGeek Capsule music stand. And it's won awards for its design and portability. And the question I'm asking today, has KraftGeek accidentally created the best overall music stand? Let's find out. Now make sure you stick around to the end of the video because KraftGeek has given my audience a 15% off discount code, so make sure you watch until the end. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the KraftGeek Capsule music stand. And thank you KraftGeek for sending this over so that way I can play around with it, so that way I can test it. But for now we're going to go through an unboxing. This is the top of the line offer that they have on their website. You have this beautiful case which has a strap, very high quality strap over here. And I got this in gray. I'm not sure if it comes in different colors, but this one happens to be in gray. And then you can unzip it, and then you have this piece of paper, but also take a look at inside. You have these extra pockets for your extra accessories, which we'll talk about in a moment. So you have these little pockets here for your accessories, which will be very useful in a moment. But let's take a look at what is also included in this package over here. We have the KraftGeek Flexi mount, which you can also hold your iPad or your smartphone device. And we have the KraftGeek Lumi light. Let's open this one because I'm actually curious about this. Technically, you can put the KraftGeek light on top of this. So let's just take a look at the accessories first before we get to the capsule stand to see how compact they are and how they fit everything inside this package. Very compact. This is my first impressions video. And this is what it looks like, and looks like I might have to actually add some batteries to this. Oh yeah, looks like I just have to add some batteries. AA batteries, pretty standard. So I'm gonna close this, and then you can also take the plastic off over here. But what's great is that you put this over from here to there. Very, very good. And just to give you an idea of the comparison, this is my iPhone 14 Pro, and this is how small the light is. Good, so let's put this in the bag here and see if it fits. Fits nice and snug. No problem whatsoever. Actually, I think this is probably better suited for the longer one. Yeah. So there's a pocket on the right that's a little longer. So that's what that looks like. Let's put that to the side here. It also comes with some instructions on how to work this light in different languages, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So let's put this box to the side here. Very economical packaging. And now let's go over to the KraftGeek Connect mount over here. And this is what the mount looks like without the music stand. So just to give you a sense, this is again my iPhone 14 Pro. Pretty easy to put that on the stand. Now you can actually extend it. You can see how far up this extends for your iPad. I'm going to have to see if this is suitable for a large iPad, and let's see if I can do something about this. I'm not sure if this is for a regular iPad or not. So it says rotate and fix, press and stretch. How do I press and stretch? Oh, I see. So you see these little clips here. You actually, let me give it a little closer look. You push it in. And then it actually comes out this way, and then it comes out the other way as well. So let me try doing that opposite. Good. So this is what it looks like. This is how you kind of navigate that, and then you probably extend it this way. So at this point now, it is much better. Let me give you a better view of this. The box is away. That totally fell. So you have extended this little joint here by clicking on these two. So let me give you another rundown. This is what it looks like. This is probably good for the smartphone. And then you extend it over here, and then you extend it on the bottom as well. This is what it looks like. And then in addition to that, you can expand that, so that way you have a little bit of grip. So, ow. Maybe I can push this up a little more. Okay, there you go. So yeah, so when you buy this, you have to be really mindful that you can actually do it in different sizes. And the way to kind of figure that out is that you see right over here these little indents. That's how, if you have like an iPad mini, you can actually do it a little lower. And this is for the phone. But I'm gonna do it at the very, very big setting so that way I can adjust this. And I'm gonna actually do it on the opposite side so I don't damage the iPad. But this is what it looks like from the back. Here you go. So this is what it looks like from the back. It fits a 12-inch iPad, no problem at all. But you do have to extend that on the side here. So I'm gonna take this off here gently so that way I don't get poked. And there is a little bit of a felt here so that way you are not damaging your iPad. And there's also a couple rubber slots here so that way it keeps the iPad from slipping. Very important because iPads are not cheap and you want to make sure that you are getting the most out of this equipment. Very simple solution, really like it. Let's put this in the case. So far I'm using the two big slots for the light and for the holder. Now, the main event. Let's take a look at this beautiful music stand. So the idea is that you are trying to kind of make the music stand really compact for anyone who is a gig musician or someone who travels a lot and or just wants something a little bit more portable that's around the house and you don't have a lot of space. You can simply fold this and go from there. So I'm gonna try to get this out. Take the plastic tape. I'll actually have to take the tape off on the side too. Twist it out this way. Put this to the side. And this is what the box looks like. Let's see how it is over here. We have some extra padding so that way the music stand doesn't move around. Then we have a quick start piece of paper here. How to flip it, how to twist it, press down to stabilize, unfold sheet holder, and you can customize it to your liking. So let's take a look. This is another little user manual on how to do it in multiple languages. And this is it, the KraftGeek Capsule music stand. I can already feel it, it's quite sturdy. It's not a typical wired stand, which gives me hope. I can't tell you how many times I had to use a music stand that is on the heavier side and totally not portable. I was always afraid of using a wired stand, particularly on my iPad, because, you know, it's just very, very difficult to be assured that the iPad is not going to fall. But this is what it looks like when I open everything up. Now, this is a very good design in and of itself. Let me move this to the side here. This is a very good design for a couple of reasons. If you're a musician like me and you have played outside, you're always looking for clips. If there's like a piece of sheet music and all of a sudden it's windy, you're always looking for sheet music. You no longer have to deal with that. That's amazing. And you can actually extend it depending if you have a binder or not. And then you have these little clips you can kind of press down. That's a pretty genius move, actually. I would use this a lot. And then you put this to the side, put this down, put this up, and then you would fold it as so. Good. No, I can tell you guys already, this is quite heavy. It's actually heavy, but it's nice that you have the bag here that fits really nicely, and you don't have to worry about anything else. this is a really compact design and you're solving a lot of issues with this one solution. Very small note, but even the bag itself, it's a high quality bag, and let me tell you why. These types of zippers is preventing moisture from coming into the bag. So if you're playing outside, all of a sudden it rains, you can feel rest assured that the water is not going to soak inside the bag, and the music stand is not going to rust, it's not going to get damaged. And also, this is very nice over here. So let's take this out again. So this is the bottom part of the music stand, and then I see a little twist here. You unlock, yeah, let me try that again. There's this little twist that's KraftGeek, but you actually twist it, and then you see how it kind of opens up, and then it goes out this way. Very cool. And then you just press down, and very small detail, very important to this music stand, that there's a rubber tip at the end of each side. You can see that here. And then you, let's say you want to fold it, you put it back this way, you hold it, lock it up, and voila. And then this is the middle part of the music stand. You could adjust and tilt the angle to your liking, so you can see how it goes backwards and forwards. You can tighten it, you can loosen it. Very nice. Yeah, you can tighten it, whatever. So this is what it looks like from the side. Over here, this is what it looks like in the front. And this is what it looks like on the side. Oh, something that I didn't notice. There's a little KraftGeek logo here. Very cool. But yeah, very sturdy music stand. And let's compare it to some other music stands that are kind of the more traditional music stands that you've seen, and how we can compare it to these. So this is how you open the music stand. You unlock it on the bottom so that way the music stand legs are wide open. You stretch it up and you unlock it on the top with that. And it's really that simple. Takes less than 10 seconds to open. Now, this is what it looks like in its full setup, but then this is how you actually dismantle it. The only thing you have to do is you have to take the smartphone or tablet holder out, and you can just reverse the process. You unlock it on the bottom, swipe up those music stand legs, lock it up again, and then you put it in its compact form as such. Takes a little bit of pressure, but not that much, and this is what it looks like in the hand once you folded it up. Now, earlier I mentioned that you have a wonderful music stand light at the top, and that is how you get it on. So let's take a closer look on how you do that. So this is what the music stand looks like close to the music stand. And the music stand light, very bright, and all you have to do is lock it on. And this is what it looks like when it's in the dark. If you're playing in a pit orchestra, this light will be plenty bright for you. And this is what it looks like with some music on it. You also can tell that this is quite a tall music stand. I'm 6'1", and this will be plenty tall for any tall musician. Now, another great benefit of the KraftGeek music stand is the phone tablet holder. Now you can see me installing the phone tablet holder right over here on the bottom of the music stand, and you can see it's very sturdy. I actually have to put some effort into turning it just a little bit. And what's great about it is that you could put the tablet on top of the music stand as so. Now, I did have a bit of a concern because it was shaking a little bit in my studio, but in real life, I really didn't notice. You see that the music stand, I tried it both ways, one on the actual music stand, and then this is what it looks like when the music stand is up in its full height. And recently I played another wedding, and this is what it looks like when the tablet is on top of the music stand. No trouble at all. If you're planning on using this music stand for professional performances, I'd be careful with larger paper editions like Baron Writer or Henley, because you can, as you can see, even when I attach to clips, the pages are still quite large. Baron Writer and Henley editions are usually quite large editions, so you can see that even when I use the clip, it is possible, but not ideal. Overall, this is a superb music stand. I love the ingenuity of the design of this music stand. It is super portable. I really like the idea of putting the tablet on top of the music stand, so that way I could get a little bit of extra height. Again, I'm a very tall musician, so this really helps a lot. but I also have really cool functions like the clips, the light, and just the flat out portability is just really, really unique. But as I promised in the earlier part of the video, that I want to provide my audience with 15% off this music stand. KraftGeek has been very generous for letting me get this discount code for my audience. So use promo code Eric the Violinist at checkout and you'll get 15% off this music stand. Leave a comment down below. Did you like this music stand? Do you have one already? What are your pros and cons? Let's get a conversation going.